What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS TV, but in this one we go over what a couple Michigan football players said, including Giovanni El-Hadi, as he talked about Michigan offensive line getting back to where they need to be. Plus, he also talks about his position switch. Also, wide receiver Donaven McCulley talks about his upcoming goals for the season and also what the Michigan offense should look like under Chip Lindsey. We also go over an underrated staff addition that is helping the offensive line mightily, and also more in depth on Jaishawn Barham, why Lou Esposito says that he is one of the best players in the country. And we also go over some recruiting news on a top cornerback target and the top 100 tight end Brock Harris, as his recent visit bumped them up a ton leading up to his April 7th decision date. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start this video, I wanted to talk about what offensive lineman Giovanni El-Hadi and also wide receiver Donaven McCulley said as they both talked to the media. And Giovanni El-Hadi talked about, the Michigan offensive line, how it was unacceptable last season. He said, towards the end of the season, we gelled together. We played the way that we were supposed to, but there's no more of that. We're going to play our absolute best and show the country that we're one of the best offensive lines. And he said, we just didn't gel as much at the beginning as we did toward the end. Now, Hadi did confirm that he is switching back to left guard after playing a season at right guard last season, and he said it's going really good. I feel a little bit more natural on the left side. I played my first 2 years left side, and then last year when Preeb came, I moved to the right to change positions. And then also next to him, El-Hadi did name obviously Evan Link, Brady Norton, who's also in the mix there, and also true freshman Andrew Babalola, all of them competing for the left tackle spot. And he ultimately said it's going to be a scary left side, a scary one. But he said the whole offensive line, he said we're going to be nasty. We're going to impose our will like we know we can. We're not going to take anything from any team. We're not going to worry about nothing but doing our jobs and doing it till the whistle blows. Now, offensive line coach Grant Newsome did speak with the media recently as well, and he said that we have a very, very good starting five. He said there's about 8 guys, that are in that starting or in the mix to have a starting role. And he said we'd have a really good starting five if the Wolverines had to play tomorrow. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's what Giovanni El-Hadi had to say about the offensive line, and also him switching back to left guard, it seems, for this upcoming season. And also the Indiana wide receiver transfer Donaven McCulley spoke to the media as well. He spoke on transferring to Michigan. He said, for me, just a new environment and new goals, just being a part of something great. He said under Chip Lindsey, the offense should be fast-paced. We're going to throw the ball down the field, and I think that's his vision. Of course, we're going to set the line of scrimmage and stuff like that with the run game, but I think he really wants to get the ball down the field a lot more. He also spoke on the quarterbacks. He said Bryce Underwood throws the ball really well. When he gets out of the pocket, I know he's looking to throw the ball downfield, so I'm always going to be where he needs me to be, and that's what I told him. And he said just being in there with them, being in there, that simply creates way more chemistry. Talking about his work with Jaden Davis and Bryce Underwood, he said making mistakes with them or making big plays with them, that creates chemistry because it helps us learn from everything and every situation that we go through right now in the spring. He also said on what he expects from himself in 2025, he said, I'm just here to add to the greatness that's already here. Wants to establish himself among the Big Ten's best receivers and also post 1,000 receiving yards with 10 touchdowns. He said, that's just the standard that I hold myself to. But he said, at the end of the day, though, the team comes first. We're not worried about accolades. We want to win. That's the bottom line. So well said right there by Donaven McCulley. Can't wait to watch him in a Michigan uniform. Should be a very nice addition to the wide receiver room, a 6'5" receiver that can go up and make contested catches. And people have said that at times he can be unguardable, and he certainly made those types of plays at Indiana when you watch some of his highlights. Now, before we do continue this video, I did want to give a shout out to our partners over at BetUS TV. And check them out on YouTube for sports advice. They'll take care of you. You can go to betustv.com for more odds and markets and also more sports content. Obviously, the NCAA tournament, the Final Four is set between Auburn, Florida, and Duke in Houston. But hey, football season's going to be here before we know it, and Michigan football's over under in wins is currently set at 8.5 for next season. Let me know in the comment section down below if Michigan's going to go over or under that. I think I'm going to see a lot of over comments, and I got the Wolverines winning at least 10 games this upcoming season. They should be much more improved. But let me know your thoughts, and again, go ahead and check them out at betustv.com for more sports content and odds and markets. But let's go ahead and continue here. Now, I wanted to talk about one of Michigan's recent hires, and that was Juan Castillo, as he is a senior assistant offensive line coach that is working with Newsome and the offensive lineman, 65-year-old who has decades of experience as a coach at both levels. And Giovanni El-Hadi also said that Juan is the best. He's here all day. Anytime he gets, he's training us. We're watching film with him. He's always with us all the time, and he's the best. He said when he first got here, we got straight to working, and I love that because he's helping me get better, and his confidence and willingness to make you better. And he also said he gives everybody the same attention. I feel like that's what a great coach does. Now, obviously, Grant Newsome has solidified himself as a great recruiter on Michigan's staff. However, he did just move to being Michigan's offensive line coach last season after Sherrone Moore got promoted to head coach. And while Sherrone Moore also helps out there, the offensive line did struggle last season, and Sherrone Moore adding Juan Castillo was a pretty big hire because he is going to be helping Michigan's offensive line get back to where they need to be next season. He has tons of experience, and it seems like it's paying off so far. So just wanted to mention that, and also wanted to go a little bit more in depth on what Michigan defensive line coach Lou Esposito said on linebacker and edge Jaishawn Barham, as obviously Michigan wants to use him more as an edge rusher this upcoming season, and Esposito said that he's one of the best players in the country. There's no doubt about it. He might be the most physical player I've ever been around. He said it's always been and always will be about players, so put them in positions for things that they do really well and do that as many times as you can, and that's what we're going to do with him. He said he sets the tone because of how physical he is, and he does that because of his training. He, how he trains, what he does, he's electric. So, Barham really excelled as a pass rusher last season when Michigan put him in those types of situations and positions, and now they plan to use his unique skill set as much as possible this upcoming season, especially since, a lot of NFL teams will most likely use his versatility, his athleticism, and his, skill set at the next level as an edge rusher. So definitely excited to see that on display, Jaishawn Barham. I also wanted to end this video by talking about some recruiting news here for the Wolverines as they hosted and continue to host some top targets. I did want to talk about the 2026 cornerback Jaziel Hart, who is a 4-star on On3 rankings from the state of Virginia, and he told Steve Wiltfong of On3 that I had an amazing day in Michigan, got to meet Bryce Underwood and got to watch them practice. He said the smash mouth football, the development of DBs, the culture, and the Jordan brand and the legends who've played there is what stands out about Michigan. So he had a great visit. Michigan trying to make a push for him. They're also set to get him on campus for an official visit on June 20th, as he is right now a top defensive back target for the Wolverines. And then also, we mentioned yesterday that the 2026 4-star top 100 tight end Brock Harris is set to announce his decision April 7th. He recently took a visit to Michigan, and he told E.J. Howland of the Wolverine that it was awesome. It was my 3rd time going there. It was really fun. Got to see a spring practice for the first time, and he said they are doing great things. The ball went to the tight end a ton, and they were involved on basically every play. Bryce Underwood was also very impressive. He did say Michigan's very high and that the visit bumped them up a ton. He also said I would also say that they've done what they've done with their tight ends and how they've involved them in their offense is a big attraction. At the end of the day, a school that throws the ball to the tight end, but also a place where I'm comfortable and happy is what his decision will come down to. Along with Michigan, he is also considering BYU, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, and Utah, and again will announce his decision April 7th. And with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Again, shout out to our partners over at BetUS.TV. Go ahead, check them out. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.